With the number of earthquake shocks and tremors felt across the entire northeast region in the past few months, it was a need of the hour to understand the causes of these earthquakes and to make people aware about the present scenario of such shocks. Following the frequent tremors felt across northeast, especially in Assam and Meghalaya, we talked to Dr. Om Prakash Mishra, the scientist and the director of National Seismological Center, Ministry of Earth Science, about this and the initiatives taken by NSC to reduce the major earthquakes incident.
If you see the tectonic scenario of the northeast, you found that the entire northeast is very seismically active because it is the area which is located in the collisional tectonics periphery. And if you see the largest earthquake, that it means greatest disastrous earthquake in the history of the two earthquakes rather happened in the northeast India. One is 1897, that is the Shillong earthquake. Magnitude was 8.7 and that is the highest. And another earthquake also happened in the called a Lohit thrust earthquake. Earlier it was in the Arunachal Pradesh. It was a syntaxic zone between the Himalayan arc and where your eastern Myanmar arc is meeting. So it was the syntaxis zone. It is very complex and competent and complex, where the 8.7 earthquake is also occurred in the 15th August. So you can see 12 June 1897 has the biggest earthquake in Shillong Plateau called the Shillong earthquake, that also generated so many faults. That was the earthquake also generated the fault, and the earthquake is also generated by faults. So tectonic complexity of the northeast brings that very active seismogenically active zones. So you take that, which part of that? So entire Shillong Plateau. Then you have a syntaxis zone for that. Then Indo-Burma ranges, that was in you can say in Tripura fold belt. You can see the Mizoram. You can see the other parts of the Manipur, and they are the depicting earthquake of the largest earthquakes, moderate earthquakes, strong earthquakes, even the micro earthquakes are taking place. If you come for the Brahmaputra Valley, there is also the earthquake occurrences. But there are some major faults called like the Dauki faults are there, the Apsi thrust is there. So, and Kopili fault, you might be knowing that it was the separating between Mekir Hills and Shillong Plateau. That has become very active. Recently, 6.4 magnitude earthquake occurred in the recent months, and you might have seen that there was no damage, but it is a very good amount of shaking felt in the entire northeast, even in the Arunachal Pradesh. So seismogenic faults are already prominently mapped by the geologists.
Informing about the initiatives taken by the National Seismological Center, Dr. O.P. Mishra stated that we have dense networking system to map and locate the high-intensity earthquakes to micro-level earthquakes. The center is well equipped to map the real-time monitoring earthquakes and transmit the information at the earliest.
And we have a special dense network of the 19 RTSMN network of the northeast, which is very dense network in sense that we wanted to locate each and every earthquake, even the micro level earthquakes. And our institute has taken the entire seismograph of the digital type, 3-component digital type, means it will be recorded and digitally you can get the information where the earthquake occurring. So proper locations will be made, because more than 19 or 20 stations are there, and this was actually real time monitoring. You can see once the earthquake happens, then and there it will be recorded and transmitted to our central receiving center, that is stations that is located at this campus, IMD campus NCS. And our team is very dedicated. It's 24/7 duty. All scientists and scientific staffs are there. So,
while speaking on the preventive measure of tackling high risk of earthquakes, Dr. Mishra told that our target is to build earthquake risk resilience building design codes to minimize the damage of loss and so that the much of the impact can be reduced caused by the earthquakes.
Actually, first of all, when the earthquake happens, people doesn't have to be a panic, but they have to go by the rules. Means whatever the building design code exists in India, that should also be followed. Because you have shown that in the Nepal earthquake in 2000, occurred in 25th April 2015, when the Nepal earthquake occurred of the magnitude 7.9, it was found that the border state of the India, they have already existing building design code. They did not follow it. Once they could have been followed, then reduction of the damages or damage pattern will be much more lower. So the people should have to obey the building design code of that particular area, even if the old building design code, but these are a lot of the guidelines that how to make the plinth area, how to take the architecture of your verandas, your ceilings, and what will be its the type of the load, and what should be the type of the protective nature's type of the strong stairs. So all this type of the building code has taken into account, old building design code. So that should be also taken into account once you make the building. The structure should not be on slopy land. It should have a proper foundation. It should have a proper material to be used. It should have a good architect and engineer should be consulted. So it should not be like on its own building structure, So if the unengineered structure, then it has a probability to much disasters. So once the building will be constructed, whether it is the dwelling or it is vital installations or any government buildings, that government is always insisted for taking the all protocols like CPWD, following all the codes, what they have in guidelines and manuals. But when the common people have started to construct their house, they have intention not to consult the engineers or the skilled Rajmistris. They should have to have a very skilled the person should be deployed or employed to get the done for the building design codes.
Talking in his final interview, Dr. O.P. Mishra said it is highly significant to make people aware to avoid catastrophic situation in Meghalaya and any as a whole, as the occurrence of earthquakes are taking frequent, and hence prevention, caution and preparedness is must to avoid the major risk in seismic zone.
And that is the need of the hour, because occurrences of the earthquake is taking place. It is a normal processes. When the big earthquake happened, it is also unpredictable. So cautiousness, precaution and prevention is important. So building design code, following of the building design code comes under the prevention, comes under the preparedness for the future earthquake reductions of the impact reduction of the earthquake. So impact reduction, bad impact, worst impact reduction of the earthquake shaking on structures, and if it will be protected, then the lives will be protected. So these are the measures people have to follow. And most importantly is that whenever the monitoring taking place, the occurrences of the earthquake can be informed to the people. They should take it seriously. So they should not stand in the dilapidated structure, because maybe first shocking take place, second shock can come and it is more disastrous. So once the very pronounced taking place of one earthquake, people should be alert. They should not be in a house. It should be a very, not a panic, but take precautions that they should not stand just below the ceiling, big ceilings, or they should not be in panic on jumping from the house. They should be very well protected in the corners, or they take under the table, so that their head injury can be protected, their everything can be protected. So these are the actually issues that people should have to do. Okay.
All in all, it was well understood the causative factors of the frequent occurrence of the earthquake tremors felt in Meghalaya. Not only this, Dr. O.P. Mishra, the director of National Seismological Center, mentioned that to prevent major earthquake incidents, it is the need of the hour to follow the proper building design guidelines. Bureau Report, Meghalaya.
Of the Northeast India, you can see it was very much associated with the major regional thrust faults, like the MCT, main central thrust fault. And if you come south to that, then it is the MBT, main boundary thrust. If you come to bottom to that, further south it is the main thrust of main Himalayan thrust or Himalayan frontal thrust, HFT, or it is the deeper part is the MHT, main Himalayan thrust. So these the MBT, MCT, HFT, these are the actually causative factors for the ongoing seismicity. So apart from that, so many faults, as I mentioned, the fault like the Lohit thrust fault is there, the Apsi is there, then you can see the Dauki faults are there, and Kopili fault. Now it is very active Kopili fault separating between the Mikir Hills and Shillong Plateau, where the 6.4 earthquake occurred recently in the few months before. So you can say that tectonic complexity is the main causative factors of the occurrences of the earthquake in Northeast India.